There are a lot of things we love about the Hyundai Stargazer. Its futuristic looks, its balance handling and performance, and of course, its ability to fit 7 people with comfort. But one thing that people don't usually talk about is its cargo flexibility. And today, we're going to be testing just that by this simple question: how much of that can fit into this? First things first, let's talk about numbers. Now, I know I became a motoring journalist because I'm just bad at math, but we have to put it right there. The Stargazer has 200 liters of cargo space with the third row up. Collapse the third row down, and that grows to 585. Now, get this, that doesn't even include this. There's actually an under tray right here that you can put things like an early warning device and your tools. So those themselves don't take up any space. Aside from that, the experiment begins. A lot of you will probably use the Stargazer to do some big grocery shopping. So what we have here, well, it's a case of Coke, Zero, or a case of soft drinks, which perfectly fits right here. Picking up at the airport while you do your grocery shopping, well, we'll see. Well, this one doesn't fit. The biggest suitcase that worked out, I was just too optimistic right there. So, hey, what about a hand carry size? Oh, guess what? It actually fits right here. You can even close the trunk and open it with no problem. Okay, maybe you're not gonna do a bit of grocery shopping and picking up people at the airport at the same time. So let's put this down and let's go for things like these. Now, what's amazing about these boxes right here is that these are fixed. These are about 18 liters each. We're gonna try to see if it can fit behind the third row. Okay, now, if you notice, I moved this third row a bit because what makes the Stargazer great is that the third row has an adjustable recline. So, in case you need to put in things that are more squarish, it'll still fit. Okay, well, there it fits. Can it close? There you go, it can still close. That's how amazing the Stargazer's cargo room is with the third row up. So again, I'm very bad at math, but that's 18 times 4 right here, as well as a case of soft drinks at 1.5 times 12 of soft drinks, and the trunk can still open and close no problem. Now I can imagine you can even put things right here on the sides, maybe a small umbrella or maybe whatever, what have you. But 200 liters, that's doable right here. Now that we've explored how the Stargazer's cargo space is with the third row up, the magic really happens when we put the third row down. Remember, we're talking about 585 liters of space right here. It's a fully flat floor, and now we can get to the heavy luggage first. Full-size luggage, the sort of things you use going to the States or maybe on a long trip. So again, if you're gonna fit a family of 5, this would be a great test. 3 large check-in size suitcases and 1 carry-on suitcase right here. Now we're gonna go back to our usual 18-liter bins and see how much of these we can fit as well. That's 3. Now again, we'll see if the trunk still closes. It still does. That's how amazing it is. So remember, we're talking about 3 18-liter containers right here, 3 check-in size luggage, and 1 carry-on. How's that? Now we were honestly surprised at how much the Stargazer could put in with the third row down. So now this comes to ultimate test. We're gonna put the second row down, and remember, it folds flat. Now take note that for Hyundai, they never put the official VDA or cargo capacity the Stargazer could take with the second row seats down. But looking at it, you can see that by folding the second row down, it creates this long, continuous, flat cargo space. And that's something we're gonna be testing right now. So we're gonna go for the big boys right here. For example, this large yellow bin. What, maybe another large cooler? This is like prepping for the zombie apocalypse, so I would have to say that the Stargazer, if there's gonna be like a zombie invasion, I think this is gonna be the car of choice for you. Now take note, people actually say that I'm not the best of packers. I'm not able to optimize space very well, so, and you can see that, but hey, you don't care with the Stargazer because you can just like stuff it with stuff, and it'll still be able to fit all of it. Okay, now we're back to our favorite 18-liter boxes. Okay, now I understand this may not be a bit safe, but again, we're talking about the zombie apocalypse, so we'll try to fit as much as we can in here. Yeah, you're right. Oh, and of course, you've got to have these camping chairs because what's a trip without camping chairs, right? Oh, let's not forget this passenger too. We'll put him in last. Of course, the most precious cargo right here. Imagine if this were a real life dog, but hey, it could also be a throw pillow. It's up to you. How's that? We actually put everything that we could inside the Stargazer and was able to swallow it. I mean, this thing is hungry for cargo. As a family-friendly MPV, the Stargazer doesn't just have to contend with swallowing cargo left and right. It's also important that everything has to have a rightful place so that passengers can have a zen-like cabin experience. Important if you're going to be using this in the daily grind. So, in that regard, Hyundai was able to put in 30 innovative storage spaces scattered around the cabin, and we're going to show some of them right here. First of all is little map holder which can fit things like an RFID, or if you want, you can even put things like your wallet and make sure it's away from prying eyes. Another thing is that for cell phones with smart charging, there's a wireless charger right here, so you can put your phone right there in the charging pad. Now another thing are these water jugs. These have become a regular part of our daily lives, especially if you want to go all earth-friendly and sustainable, right? So if you do bring these for a cup of coffee or maybe water, get this, you can fit them right here by the door. Also, aside from the side, you can put your water bottles right here at the center. In case you do need to fit larger objects, get this. This part is actually removable, so you can fit this actually sideways like that. If you have larger objects, maybe like a handbag or like a man purse, you can also put it right here and store this in the large glove box right here. Now, for people who do use the second row a lot of the time here in the Stargazer, you'll be surprised because the second row just has the same amount of storage, or in fact even more than those in the front row. For example, again, here we got water jugs. Fits right here by the door. You also get door pockets right here, so if you want to put it right here below, it will still fit. If you have a cell phone right here, you can put it right here, and it's perfect because there's a USB charger right here, so you can keep your phone charged all the time. There's even a built-in picnic tray, so if you go through a drive-through for a hamburger or something, you can put it here while the car is on the road. You can even put again your magic tumbler right here, so again, it's perfect. Now for the driver's side, you get a multi-compartment map pockets right here, so you can put things like a cell phone, tablet, maybe maps. I mean, it's called a map pocket. And for those of you who are just gonna put two people or two adults right here, the Stargazer also has a center armrest, and that'll be perfect because it makes your long drives that more comfortable. Now, I usually don't like sitting in the third row because I think it's being inside the penalty box. But again, with the Stargazer, there's actually ample space right here. And of course, get this, their headroom, it's also pretty ample so that my gelled hair doesn't get any messed up. When it comes to storage spaces, our usual jug fits right here. There are actually two cup holders, bottle holders right here. There's also a small auxiliary container right here that can fit objects like a cell phone or what have you. And the best of all, there's even a 12-volt charger right here. So if you do have like one of those 12-volt charger that converts to a USB, you can charge your devices right here from the third row as well. Now, when we feature cars, we usually like talking about or spewing specs, but in the case of the Stargazer, we were able to prove that in the real world, in the real life test, it was able to put in all that cargo. So whether you're putting in luggage, whether you're putting in storage boxes or even coolers, the Stargazer can swallow it all. Best of all is that it has ingenious storage solutions so that when you bring your family with you, there is always a place for everything. Now, don't just take our word for it, because you can check out the Stargazer at any authorized Hyundai dealership and find out why it's one of our favorite small MPVs.